YouTube? Quinn Wade. Coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we are going to talk about how those Lakers beat the Warriors 129-101. The Lakers lead the season series 2-1 now. They play one more time. Hopefully Steph is going to be healthy and the Lakers going to be healthy for that one. The Warriors, they find themselves at 31-29 now, but they're still 19-12 at home. And they was at home in this game. The Lakers go to 35-24, 19-12 on the road. And then you look at the Lakers, they got off to a great start, 33-20. Second quarter, 32-27. Third quarter, 34-25. And even the fourth quarter, they won that one 30-29. And that's why they was able to beat them by 28. But let's talk about this quick since it wasn't really a competitive game. LeBron Ramon James, the king of the game, 28 minutes for him, 22 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. This is what he does. And he's still doing it, and he's still getting it done. The problem still for me is those turnovers. He got to prevent those because they all are careless, and they all are unnecessary and correctable. But he had 4 tonight. He had 7 rebounds, 9 assists, was able to really put a good stamp on this game, and they needed it. Anything he can do to help the team, he's willing to do it. And, he's really taking a lesser role on this team. And, their record is good, and he did play a good part of keeping it by holding it down when Reeves and those guys was out. And they did the same for him. So we'll see what he does in the future games as the season is winding down. 2 offensive boards, though. 1 person foul in the plus 26 and plus minus. Ayton, he didn't want to be Clint Capella. I know that's true, but played 20 minutes and only had 4 points. He went 2 of 5 from the field, missed both of his free throws. Best thing he did was get 10 boards. That's part of his job. And at least he was able to do that at a high level because he had no turnovers. He had no personal fouls, too, which is good. And he was a plus 14 and plus minus with 2 offensive boards. Marcus Smart, he's out there to defend. 29 minutes, 8 points. He went 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. He also had 1 personal foul and was a plus 25. In plus minus, that's a good thing for him. Didn't really hurt the offense too much. He tried on defense. You don't really have to worry about that from him. He might make some mistakes, might forget some things here and there, but he did a good enough job in this one. And then you look at Luka Doncic. He really helped keep them in a blowout territory throughout the game, especially in that third. And he had 26 points. He went 9 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line in 29 minutes. He also had 6 rebounds and 8 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal and a block. He's going to find teammates. He's going to draw a lot of attention. He's going to have a lot of people trying to figure out how to slow him down. And then he hurts you with the pass, or he just makes a tough shot, or get to the free throw line, even though he didn't shoot that many tonight. Still had a steal, still had a block, had 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 26 and plus minus. Austin Reeves, he played 28 minutes. He had 18. He went 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He ended up having 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 1 turnover. 1 personal foul, and was a plus 22 and plus minus. He can score. He did it efficiently. The jump shot was working. The handles is something that he needs to be able to create that separation to get the quality looks. And, of course, he can get to the free throw line when he chooses to, most of the time, too. Maxi Kleber, 13 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field. He missed his only 3. He also had 2 rebounds and 1 assist. No turnover, a steal, and 3 blocks. He manned the paint to the best of his ability when he was out there. Finished, protected the rim. That's all you can really ask for him to do, besides just be as competitive as he can if a switch happens. 1 offensive board, no personal foul, and a minus 4 and plus minus. Jared Vanderbilt, he went 1 of 4 from the field. It seemed like every game you play, he goes 1 of 4. I don't know how it always looks like that. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I'm right. He missed his only 3. He had 2 rebounds, no turnovers, no personal foul, and was a minus 7 and plus minus. Jake LaRavia, 27 minutes, 15 points. He went 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 0 of 3 from the free throw line. Good game. They needed somebody to spark him off the bench, and he ended up doing a lot of it tonight. And he also had 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He only had 1 turnover and a steal. Worst part of his night, to me, was the 3 personal fouls in 27 minutes. That's a little bit too many. He did have 2 offensive boards as well and was a plus 14. And then Luke Kennard, they traded for him to get the offense and the 3-point shooting. He went 4-7 from three. He also went 6-10 from the field for 16 points. Also, he ended up playing 27 minutes and had 3 assists. He can pass very quick, and he reads the defense real well. He had 3 boards and 1 steal, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 14 and plus minus. Kobe Bumpkin, he played 6 minutes. He had 8 points. He went 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from three, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers, no personal fouls. It was a -4 and plus minus. Jackson Hayes, he's going to be by that basket. It's just, will he finish or not? Well, he missed one, then made the rest. He went 3 of 4 from the field in 15 minutes. He also had 5 boards, no turnovers, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, was a plus 18 and plus minus. Dalton Connect, 6 minutes. He missed his only 3. No turnovers and a block. No personal fouls and was a -4 and plus minus. And then you look at the Warriors. They still scored 100 points. And sometimes in this game, I wonder, was they going to get there? That's how they looked offensively throughout this game. And, man, they was getting up a lot of threes, and they was not making them. Draymond Green, 7 points. He went and played 24 minutes. He went 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from three. He had 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 turnovers. No personal fouls, and was a -30 in plus minus. He's going to try to find a way to run that offense when he can. They trust him to make decisions. They trust him on the defensive end. They have to listen to him because he still communicates well defensively to help them play as well as they can on that end of the court. And, of course, grabbing a few boards ain't the worst thing. But Santos played 27 minutes. He had 14 points. He went 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 7 from three. He can score in that paint, and you just like the fact that he can stretch the floor. Didn't shoot the ball from three as great as you would want him to, but he also did make a couple, and then he did still shoot efficient from the field because he had high percentage looks. He just had to put them in the basket. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a turnover, 2 offensive boards, 3 personal fouls, and a -22 and plus minus. The Anthony Melton, 24 minutes, 10 points. He went 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 1 rebound, 4 assists, and no turnovers. He also had a block, no personal fouls, and was a -25 and plus minus. Missed too many shots in this one, especially from the 2-point land, the jumpers, the mid-ranges, and the drive. This wasn't hitting for him tonight. But I did like the fact that he kept trying to find his teammates for better looks. If it wasn't for him, it was for them. Moses Moody, 30 minutes, 12 points. He went 4 of 11 from the field, 4 of 10 from three. They tried to take away the three because they knew he wanted to shoot that out of any other shot. So they wanted him to drive and put the ball on the floor a little bit more. He just kept moving the ball after that. Sometimes you can silence shooters that way too. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, and a -25 and plus minus. And then Brandon Podziemski, you needed more from him, but he only gave you 9. You needed more in 30 minutes. You only gave me 9. And then you shot 4 of 12 from the field and 0 of 6 from three. You knew they was doomed because of that. But he also did go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 6 assists. That helped out offensively for them real well. He also had 7 boards. They needed somebody to do that too. He also had a steal, 2 personal fouls, and was a -20 and plus minus. Leon's 8 minutes. He had 6 points. He went 3 of 4 from the field. He missed his only 3. That was the only shot that he missed. He had 1 board, no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, which was his only one. 1 personal foul and was a +3 and plus minus. Al Horford, 22 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 3 shooting from the field. It was all 3-point attempts, but he did miss one, which isn't that bad. He also had 5 boards and 2 assists and 2 blocks. He still can do it. He still can do it. They happy with having him. I like what I have seen with him since he's been injury free. He's still a good contributor, and that's whether he's a starter or he comes off the bench, even at his advanced age. 1 personal foul, -5 and plus minus for him. Quentin Post, 13 minutes, 8 points. He went 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from three. He also had 7 boards. That was tied with Brandon for the most on the team. He also had 1 steal, 2 offensive boards. No personal foul, was a -2 and plus minus. He can finish in the paint when he wants to, but he also did miss those threes, and he did miss some near the rim too. Gary Payton, the second, 16 minutes. He had 12 points. I like what he did in this game, but you would like him to make a couple threes because he went 0 of 3 from the 3-point line and finished 6 of 10 from the field. That was the most shots taken off the bench, and he did a good enough job making them. He also had 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 steals, 3 personal fouls, and was a -3 and plus minus. Nate Williams, 15 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and a +1 and plus minus. And then you look at Pat Spencer, man. The guy can score, but he didn't do it that much in this one. He had played 27 minutes and he had 4 points and went 1 of 3 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He ended up tying he ended up having the most off the bench, but he also did have 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, was a -3 and plus minus. And then Will Richard, he went 2 of 3 from the field, had 4 points in 5 minutes. That's a lot of points for 5 minutes, but he also did have 1 rebound, committed 1 turnover, and had a block. And he also had 1 personal foul and was a -9 and plus minus. 45% for the Warriors from the field. The Lakers shot 53, and then 27% from three for the Warriors, 46 for the Lakers. 9 free throws taken by the Warriors, but they shot 78%. But they let the Lakers take 20, and they shot 70%, but they shot way more anyway. And then you look at the 47 rebounds the Lakers had to the 40 of the Warriors. They beat them there. But the Warriors did have 32 assists, and the Lakers only had 29. 10 turnovers for the Warriors, 9 for the Lakers. 6 steal for the Warriors, 7 for the Lakers. 4 blocks for the Warriors, 5 for the Lakers. 9 offensive rebounds for the Warriors, 10 for the Lakers. 31 defensive rebounds for the Warriors, 37 for the Lakers. And 19 personal fouls for the Warriors, 11 for the Lakers. And then you look at it and you say, the defense just wasn't there enough. And even when it was, the Lakers was dropping the shots in however they wanted to, whenever they wanted to. It seemed like they were just toying around with the Warriors, and the Warriors started taking it a little personal. They tried to get some steals. They tried to make some hustle plays. They tried to find a way to attack mismatches, and it was working, but not as well as the Lakers offense. And when the Lakers are really going and they're really playing the way that they want to and how they want to, they can be one of the hardest teams to guard, especially because they can get to the free throw line. They can make the mid-range. They can make the threes. They can kick it out. They can break down the defense. And they also can get some transition opportunities on top of that. So, for a team like the Warriors that didn't really have guys to rely on, or they had to make sure everybody was moving and all that stuff, if you focus and you pay attention, there's really no space that you should be giving up. That forces them to make some tougher decisions. Since that's how they're going to have to score, it makes them easier to guard and more predictable. Lakers knew that coming into the game. They just had to stay disciplined and just guard their man. You don't even have to trap. You don't have to do really none of that because you have the advantage, and that's on the offensive end especially. So even when the Warriors was playing hard and trying to find a way to stay in the game and keep it competitive as much as they could, they just had no answer for what the Lakers can do with the players they have available. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share the notification bell too. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today.